I'd like to say a few things today about grief and grieving and the role that we can play in the lives of our family, friends, and loved ones who are going through grief. Perhaps the most important role that we can play for another during times of pain and suffering is that of witness, not fixer or advisor or cheerleader or distractor, but simply witness. The author Parker Palmer writes beautifully and honestly about his experience of deepest and darkest pits of depression and how, despite their good intentions, many of his friends' efforts to help him really didn't help at all. Speaking of his would-be helpers, Palmer says, "Some went for the nature cure. Why don't you get outside and enjoy the sunshine and fresh air? Everything is blooming and it's such a beautiful day." When you're depressed, you know intellectually that it's beautiful out there, but you can't feel a bit of that beauty because your feelings are dead. And being reminded of that gap is depressing. Other would-be helpers, Palmer says, tried to spruce up my self-image. Why so down on yourself? You've helped so many people. But when you're depressed, the only voice you can hear is the one that tells you that you're a worthless fraud. Those compliments deepened my depression by making me feel that I defrauded yet another person. If he knew what a worm I am, he'd never speak to me again. Palmer concludes, here's the deal. The human soul doesn't want to be advised or fixed or saved. It simply wants to be witnessed, to be seen, heard, and companioned exactly as it is. When we make that kind of deep bow to the suffering, to the soul of a suffering person, our respect reinforces the soul's healing resources, the only resources that can help the sufferer make it through. This is an important thing for me to remember, that I honestly often forget, and for all of us to remember, that when we're trying to help someone who's going through a hard time, our most important role is not so much advisor or cheerleader as it is simply to be a witness.